guys, welcome back to my channel. It's a girl, Chris Bell Glam. I'm a mom YouTuber, beauty and lifestyle blogger. Yes, today is Sunday, and you know what, like, guess what, I've been wanting to make this video for a very long time. Like, my son is there and his wala is too much. Come and say hello. Come and say hi. Say hi. Hello. Yeah, please. So guys, I've been wanting to make this video a very long time, and so many times one thing or the other is actually hindering me from making this video. So guys, I'm currently pregnant for my baby number 2. Yeah, I'm currently pregnant for baby number 2, and I mean, it's been a lot of joy for me because truly my life, in fact, entirely have been a testimony. You guys won't believe, trust me, you won't even understand. I have to shut down my window because I'm filming directly from my window, and because of the light, there's no light, plus my ring light, I need light to, so I'm currently pregnant, currently 32 weeks pregnant today. Yeah, exactly 32 weeks today. So guys, man, how will I start? PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS. I'm going to be talking about PCOS today. Yes, because I've been wanting to talk about this syndrome a very long time, but I've never got the chance, like I said earlier. So right now I'm going to teach you all I know and how I was able to overcome mine. I know some people, you might be facing some kind of man, it's not easy. Like, it wasn't easy for me, trust me. Okay, mine started, how I got to find out that I had PCOS. I mean, like, all this while I never knew I had PCOS, because this is how mine was. Because this is exactly how, let me just explain how mine was. PCOS can come in different form, you understand? Everybody have their own different form, the way it comes, but it has just one cure. Like, it doesn't have a specific way of curing it, but there's only one way you can, I don't know if I will call it a way or a decision. Yeah, let me put it that way. Like PCOS, let me explain what PCOS. PCOS is a syndrome whereby your ovaries, as you're growing, I'm going to break everything down. As you're growing, your ovaries did not grow along with you properly. Yeah, that is the best way of explaining it. So guys, how mine happened was when I was 13. That was, sorry, was it 13 or 12? That was when I started seeing my period. And that first year I saw my period, normal. It was normal, and but the only difference was later on, instead of 4 days interval, I started seeing mine in a week, which is 7 days, complete 7 days. Then I think I went to my mom. I was like, mom, I used to see my period 7 days whenever it comes instead of 4 days. My mom was like, oh, you take too much sugar and I should stop it. I was like, okay, no problem. I had to stop taking sugar, which eventually worked for me. I stopped taking sugar, and the PCOS, my period started going from just normal 4 days. That is, so you've been eating these things since, oh God, this better finish. Don't eat your sandal, give me. Sorry guys. So I started seeing this normal 4 days. Yeah, then at some point it stopped. Like, I used to see my period in a year. It might come this month, I will not see it the next month. To come this next month, I will not see it the upper month, or 2 months interval it will come, and the upper one I will not see it. Like, it was just scattering. So I was like, me, I don't understand. I was still in fact a very young teenager. I don't understand anything there, but then I was still worried, you get. So guys, I mean, like, I had to, when I clocked 17, was it 17? Yeah, I went to a doctor. I went to see the doctor to I explained to this man everything that was happening. Like, this is, you understand? I think he knew it was PCOS, but there was no cure then. I mean, like, and there was no way he could. And another thing was, like, he was seeing me like a kid coming to complain about period. Because then anybody I explained to that this is what is wrong with me, because I was still a virgin. I've not been, but I don't understand why people are seeing me like, when anybody I explain to, they'll be like, hope you're not pregnant. They don't understand it. And it was tiring. Like, I stopped explaining myself to anybody. So after then, what happened? I explained to the man. In fact, I don't understand what he was saying. I had to leave his office. I left, and that was it. I was like, you know what, I'm done with this whole explanation. Maybe my period will come whenever it wants to come. So I stopped explaining to people. In fact, I started enjoying it. They're looking at me. I started enjoying it, because I can go to pool party anytime I like. I can, I wasn't thinking about period. I wasn't worried again, because anybody I tell is always thinking I'm pregnant. So, but I went to higher institution, because all this my explanation is secondary school. So when I got to my higher institution, my level one, I met somebody, a guy. This is where the point where this thing started, it started kind of affecting me. Okay, so it was my level 2. I met my first boyfriend. It was the first person I had, and I had XCX. It was the first person I had XCS with. So when we met, he was so serious about the relationship that he wants to get married to me. And then I had no child. I was like, married, me that is not seeing my period, and baby, how are we going to start producing baby? I started getting worried, and he himself noticed I wasn't seeing my period like that. And he asked me, I was like, I don't get to see you ask me for more, like ask me for sanitary pad. And I got shocked the first day he asked me. I was like, no. I opened up to him eventually, told him I don't see my period. Like any guy I meet, any guy eventually I'm serious with, I used to tell them my whole story. I don't want a situation whereby you feel like you get cheated. I didn't tell you this part of my life. So I told him, like, see, my period, I don't get to see my period, and blah blah blah. It was like, okay, maybe it's just infection or whatever. Started taking drugs. That was when I started taking. To cut the whole long story short, I mean, like, we tried the whole thing we could do then that we thought we were doing, but not knowing this is the right way. Wasn't even went to the hospital, yes. I mean, but if you have a PCOS, I would advise you go to a fertility center. Yes, go to a fertility center. And because PCOS varies, it varies from, that's why I said it earlier, that it's very from, it depends on how yours is, you understand, but has only one solution. That the solution is just like a decision. Yeah. So guys, I mean, after I and my ex-boyfriend, yeah, he's my ex-boyfriend actually, we tried and tried. He gave up. He was like, I think this girl is not going to get pregnant. So what's in the whole situation? I met another guy, the same guy, another guy. We started our relationship. It was going 2 years, and it was like, 2 years I've been dating you and you're not taking in. I don't blame him. It was like, then I opened up to him. that I don't get to see my period like that. So definitely someone that is not seeing period, I don't even know my cycle. So I don't know when to take in or when not to take in. So he took me to his family doctor. That was the first step when I heard about hormonal imbalance. So we did an hormonal imbalance test. You know, he found out my hormones were not really there, like it wasn't balanced. So he, you know, the only thing he did was to give me do the test. But I mean, this my ex-boyfriend. We've been in a relationship for 2 years, going to 3 years, you know. And I mean, he got worried because he wanted to marry me, you know. And it wasn't the whole situation. My doctor, what my doctor did was, I mean, sorry, what his doctor did was going to my back to tell him that, oh, you see, she was going to take him, but it would take a long time. I mean, you're a doctor. Why don't you just suggest we go to a fertility center? I mean, when we got home, after like a few days, he was just acting up, you know. Later, he opened up to me. He said, you know what the doctor told me? I said, what? He said, and mind you, that hormonal imbalance test took us a month before it came out. A month. So it was like, the doctor said, you're going to take him, but it's going to be a long time. And I was like, why didn't he tell me? Like, why did he have to go and tell you? And you know, I got pissed, in fact. And then our relationship started sinking because of that. And that was it. It ended. You know, that was it. And finally, I was like, you know what? Anything relationship, I don't want anymore. I just don't want to put anybody in trouble or come and pressurize myself, because at this point I was trying myself, doing some research, you know. That was when I found out about PCOS. I was like, everything I was reading about it was just gelling, you know, like it was just rhyming to whatever I had. I was like, what if there's a possibility I have this PCOS? And then I was like, okay, no problem. Then I got to meet someone else, which is my current husband. Oh my god, oh my name is standing. It's just 11 months. He just clocked 11 months and he's standing already. Oh my god, this is the first time I'm seeing him. He's laughing. So guys, I met my husband, and you know, it showed a lot of seriousness. Like, I don't know what's up with this guy. Like, when you're not ready to marry, you see them popping up. You know, I was like, this guy was so intense. Like, he wants to get married. He does not want the relationship to get to 4 years, 5 years before he does that. I was like, Jesus, see me. And I was avoiding him with passion. Like, I was just doing everything to avoid him. And then finally, you know, he took me to his farm, his village, you know, doing things that I was like, okay, this guy is serious. And he opened the store for me to top it all up. He opened the store for me, and in between that 1 year, he was doing everything. We entered our 2nd year of our relationship. I started asking, like, why you not taking in? Hope you're good. So he was worried, but he doesn't really want to show that much concern, you understand? So we just took it like that. So then he eventually, I got so worried. I was like, you know what, this is not something that I would just, you know, just looking at the way it started. This is not something I'm just going to just fold my hand. I mean, I need to do something about this. You know, that we started taking, so I introduced them to some, went to the hospital. We both did tests, you know, different things and all that. And the result was like PCOS. two result tests I had, like lab test, told me I had PCOS. Like they just wrote like the conclusion or somewhere or wherever they wrote PCOS something like that. My baby is standing now. So finally, anyways, we but in between I didn't allow him to know that it was that serious. So I got to Lagos because I was born and brought up in Lagos. I'm not based in Aba. I only came to school here and before I met my husband. In fact, all the relationship I've been having, except the previous one before my husband, is in Lagos. Then while my husband is in Aba, we met. He's an Edo man, Isan, but we met here in Aba. I will be living here in Aba. So guys, eventually I went to Lagos. I went to visit Lagos. I think I went to buy stuff that I sell. Yeah. So I was not like, you know what? I took my dad, because my dad is also in Lagos. I took my dad for a lab test at a fertility center. I was like, these people, I was just reading everything there. I was like, are you sure I'm not going to do tests? I now told them I want to see the doctor. They now recommended I see the doctor. I went to see the doctor, explained everything. The doctor was like, do you know what? You have PCOS, no doubt. That he said the same thing, that you have PCOS, that is going to do an hormonal imbalance. I was like, hormonal imbalance test is going to take another one. It's going to take another 1 month. It was like, no, that the result will come out today. I said, wow, is that so? He said yes. All these things I'm saying now is interval. Imagine my first relationship 4 years, second relationship 3 years, third relationship now I'm going to 2 years. So it was like, I was like, okay, fine, if that's the case, I'm going to do the test. I did the test. I left. Few minutes they called me back that the result was ready. Like I did the test in the morning around that 4. Okay, around in the morning I did it around that 10 11. They called me around 4 that the result was out, and lo and behold, the result was out. I told my husband I was going to do the test. Like, I want to do an hormonal imbalance test. I called him on phone because it was in Napa. So lo and behold, I did the test, the results came out, and PCOS, my hormones were not balanced, and it told, in fact, it was so, I wish I brought out the result. It was so low, like extremely low. Then this was the advice he gave to me, and this is the advice I'm going to give to whoever that has PCOS out there, or whoever that is watching that has PCOS. Here, don't give up. And this is the only way. If you have PCOS and you're looking for a child, that is the only solution. Nobody will tell you there's a drug that they will give you that will cure your PCOS. Nothing like that, because PCOS comes in different form. But the only solution is when you want to take in. Yeah, if you're ready to take in, you know you are fully ready to take in, go and do the hormonal imbalance test. Go to a fertility center, do the hormonal imbalance test. The doctor will advise you when the test result is out. They are going to advise you on the kind of drugs you take that will boost each of these hormones that is low, that is not making you to take in. So my doctor explained to me that my ovaries is as young as a teenager. Can you imagine? Like, my ovary is too young. It's still like a baby. My ovary did not grow alongside with me. That this is the only remedy, that the only solution is for me if I'm ready to take in. I was like, that is what I've been looking for. I'm ready to take in. I was like, okay, that's the only solution. There's no solution to PCOS. Recommended fertility, so many drugs, but at the end of the drugs were like pregnancy care, fertility. There's the pregnancy care, it's like a tablet, sachet too, not the normal pregnancy care when you're pregnant. So he recommended that one. Recommended like he just gave me the list. Basically, so many of them, and then God, I've forgotten. But if you have any questions, you want to know more about this drug, you can comment on the comment section. Just put your comments or wherever. Tell me what you, if you really want to, have these drugs, I can recommend it for you. But mainly I will tell you to go see a doctor. Your doctor will recommend these drugs in particular for you, because PCOS varies. Yeah, I've said it 1,000 times, and that was it. In the space of 1 month, I took in, I gave birth to my son, and I was like, I think these drugs, I'll have to get them again whenever I want to take him. So I left myself, so like I just left the whole thing the way I usually leave myself whenever I don't see my period, and you understand, I was so free. And then I took him again, and here we are. My son was just 6 months when I took him, and I'm already 32 weeks pregnant, about to give birth. Same month. The reason why I'm going to have a baby the same month in my son, but a little bit far, because I had my son on the 5th of October. I'm going to have my surgery on the 26th of October. Yeah, that was when I was scheduled for my surgery, because I had C-section. So I don't, the doctor recommend that I still go for another C-section, because I've not completely healed. The better time to heal is the way I took him like a year after I had them. But fortunately I have to go for another C-section. Finger crossed it all goes well, fine for me. So guys, this is the end of this vlog. This is the end of this video. I want to, if you have any question, just put it down, or don't forget to subscribe, turn up your notification bell, and so that you get to see more video of this baby girl. Like I said, this story, this PCOS, whatever, I've been planning to say my story about how I was able to overcome this PCOS. It wasn't easy, guys. I mean, it wasn't easy for me, and to God be the glory. I'm here thanking God, expecting another baby, a baby girl. I really appreciate you if you stayed this long, this far. Really appreciate you. Please subscribe to my channel. I beg you to subscribe. Don't just watch or listen to my story. Please subscribe. Thank you. Bye.